Hi, sixth grade. We are looking at lesson 3.8. Now, lesson 3.8, you have done that particular system or math equations in previous lessons. The only difference now is that you just have it's decimal numbers involved. Okay, on these equations, and I'm going to go ahead and we're looking at lesson 3-8. I am going to look at some of the odd problems. I'll do the first odd number one. I'll do number one. On number one, we have a minus 2.3 is equal to 4.8. Okay, well, in this one, we are solving for the unknown. Okay, now our goal when we're solving for the unknown is to isolate our unknown. That means we need to move the minus 2.3 out of its way. We need to move it out of this way so a could be all by itself. Now, in this equation, the inverse of minus 2.3 is positive 2.3. Remember the rule. Whatever we do to one side of the equation, we must do the same to the other side of the equation. So on this case, we're going to go ahead and add it 2.3. I'm going to bring down my equal. Minus 2.3 and positive 2.3 they cancel each other out, leaving me just a. Remember the rule. When we're adding or subtracting, we must line up our numbers by the decimal. Okay, so we need to make sure the decimal here. And I'm going to go ahead, so I won't forget, I'm going to bring the decimal right straight down because it's not going to change its spot. At this point, I go ahead and add 8 plus 3, 11. 4 plus 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. A is equal to 7.1. Now, if I want to go ahead and check my work, what I have to do is I have to go back to the original equation. The original equation is saying A minus 2.3 should equal 4.8. Well, I'm saying that A is 7.1. 7.1, if I subtract this by 2.3, I should get 4.8. In this case, 7.1 minus 2.3 is 4.8. That means this is correct. Okay? That's how you do it if you have a subtraction. Remember, when you have a subtraction equation, you really are adding. When you have a multiplication equation, you are dividing. Let's go ahead and look for, a great one. Well, let's go ahead and look at 3. 3 is C over 4 is equal to 3.2. Now remember, you've done this before. The only thing now is that you are now working with decimal numbers. In this case, our goal is to isolate C. We want to get the 1/4 out of this side of the equation. Now, in this case, because this is already a division, this is a division problem, the inverse of it is going to be multiplication. What is the reciprocal of 1/4? Which should be 4. We're going to multiply this side by its inverse of 1/4, which is 4. Whatever we do to this side of the equation, we must do to this side of the equation. 4 over 1 times 1/4 is 1. 1 times C is C. So there we go. We isolated C. Now, in this case, we need to multiply. Now, on the right-hand side is where I like working my problems out. I'm going to go ahead and multiply this. I'm going to go ahead and multiply this over here on this side. I would like to leave this clear, so I'm going to do all my calculations on the right-hand side of my paper. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 3 is 12. I have one digit on the right-hand side of my decimal. That means I'm going to hop here, move one digit to my left. That means my answer is 12.8. C is equal to 12.8. Now, if I wanted to check my work, what I have to do is substitute 12.8 where I see my C on my original equation. So I'm going to go 12.8 divided by 4 should equal 3.2. Okay, well, now I'm just going to check my work, make sure that C is 12.8. I'm going to go ahead and divide. Now, remember on the division, first thing always do, go ahead and bring the decimal straight up. That way you won't forget it. 4 could go into 12 3 times. 4 times 3 is 12. Bring down my 8. 4 goes into 8 2 times. 4 times 2 is 8. I get 0. Is that equal to 3.2? It is. That means that C is 12.8. And that's how I check my work and work the problems out. There you go. This, you have done this before. I do want to see, make sure that you are working the problems out in a nice, neatly and in order, the way that I'm showing you how to work them out. Please make sure you work out the problem one line at a time to cancel out the problem out. And see how you do. If you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.